We're back.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard
Get down there to the
well
motherfucking ground.
Vikings will take over here first and 10.
Touchdowns.
And out now come the Vikings. They have played so
catches.
strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Up the middle, Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 114 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Second down, another shot for Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. His huge night, it just continues as he's now north of 200 yards receiving. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win, because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On play action, now McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Etienne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit, because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Defense.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Well, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A shotgun snap and again the ETN. And maybe a measure of... He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk on the receiving end of that touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. And the Jaguars have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. And that touchdown is going to put him in a class all by himself. The 6th receiving touchdown in this one. The most by one player in one game in the history of the National Football League. So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's got it. Points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category too. And you know why I've always respected guys who can have these types of games? As a runner, you're going through a pile. People are raking at the football all the time. Your hands take a beating, okay? And to be able to still go out and catch the football in open field after going through that, that guy's dynamite. He's been dynamite in this game so far. We'll see defensively if they have an answer because they need to come up with something. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running. Here's a 2nd and 7. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Able to find Jones. Well, that sets up a big 3rd down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield? Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison. Oh, and that is incomplete. Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Jags offense and Christian Kirk ready to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is 1st and 10. A give to ETN running right. The Jaguars now timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds. Here comes 2nd down. Another tote for ETN. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 40.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. And you're not allowed to climb.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
No overtime.
We need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Jaguars going to get possession of the football first here in this overtime session as the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 26. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. And a big one. He's taken down. Jerry Tillery What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. He will go out right near the 30-yard line. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. Back to throw here. The Vikings. They get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
A rare defensive win against a scrambling quarterback who's been working on a 100-yard game on the ground. Not the direction we've seen him running most of today. This time he goes backwards.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Lawrence. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Doug Peterson going to roll the dice here. They will go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And he's... Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 30 yards.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. On play action, McCarthy. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches. Here's 3rd and a few inches.
7.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage of game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. That's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
On 3rd down, here's Jones.
Oh, snap. God.
We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime.
It's got the touchdown, and the Vikings got the win in overtime.
And then to get there,
The J.J. Melissa McCarthy Spurs win.
because in today's NFL,
That's an NFL quarterback. His debut and got the win in overtime. That's last.
And again, just a great game that we bore witness to. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
Advertisers, yeah, still got a whole lot more. Chiefs, Bills,